Okay, kids, it's Uncle Mike here again, back to tell you more stories with Santa Claus. And last time we were talking about Santa Claus and the reindeers in general, in their relation to peoples, how they become reindeer before they were caribou, wild, and then domestication, science. Anyway, we learn about Santa Claus. I was northern dwelling guy. Now, okay, so this is not the same Santa Claus that's riding on the rockets, okay? He's a different individual. But you will understand why, certain things get compressed together into one story. Take too long to tell every single story, especially you want to convey the message. Somehow you got to compress it, and say in a way that people who are listening can comprehend, can wrap their minds around it, and you can only comprehend to the point of your knowledge base, the base of knowledge of your society, how much information does your society have accessible to you. Trust me, nowadays, you kids are lucky. Oh man, I mean, just anything you want to research is available to you. And that is, well, it's really something impressive to Santa Claus. Anyway, back to the reindeer, right? We know the one reindeer, like, they call him Rudolph, but actually Rudolph, that sounds like a boy's name, right? This animal that story is based on, he was a female reindeer, okay? I don't know if that makes any difference at all, but as far as like facts, facts of the story, the Rudolph character, because she was an actual beast, female, right? Because the caribou and the reindeer, both male and female, having the antlers, so you can't tell too much like that. Of course, males bigger, but depending on age and stuff like that, both of them got antlers, okay? Rudolph, she started eating the mushrooms out in the forest, She sneak away and she retire into the forest, the pine tree forest, pine trees. They call it deciduous forest. And she find these mushrooms. She like, make her excited, jump around, make her feel so much bigger than she was, It feel good to her. Maybe she get a little belly ache if she eat too much. But you got to understand, a reindeer, they got a different insides than us, similar, but much different. They got four stomach, 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 stomach. You know, storage area in your belly. When you put the food in, bloop, into there, first place it goes. After, down the windpipe, past the windpipe, down the esophagus, to the stomach. Reindeer, they got four stomachs. Okay? So they got a lot of sphincter power, you know what I mean? They are moving stuff around between their stomach, you know? It's crazy, man. It's like, nature is wacky. It's fun to learn it. But anyway, so she's eating the mushrooms and he's causing her some effect, right? To her energy levels and stuff. Farmer, he noticed that, you know, he's not really a farmer because not too much farming up there. You know, some family garden, but as far as farm the land, not so much. Different ways to you know, sustain themselves. But transportation, good on skis, you know, because it's frozen a lot. So slide on the skis, get animal to pull, reindeer, right? Anyway, you know, so this guy, he figured it out that he taking some of these mushrooms and give to, you know, his herd, you know, his team, you know, reindeer pulling machines. You know, the word machine, like, people are offended by it, and it's like, okay, I try not to use that word, machine, okay? Try to avoid that. But you're going to understand real quick, there's a big difference between, you know, like, computer, or laptop, or iPhone, or robot, and what is actual life, you know? They're incomparable as far as, you know, oh no, I am a machine, I am just a machine. It is just the best word I have to describe complexity, you know. It's complex. We call it organism, you know, organism. So, anyway. What does the smart farmer do? Rancher, you know, rancher. He's smart. He gathering up some mushrooms, take them back, give them to his cattle or whatever, and yeah, it tripped them out. You know, he psyched them. Ah, whoa, every one of them, and most of them, you know, they can't handle it. You know, they can't handle it. The last thing they're thinking about doing now is pulling a freaking sleigh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're tripping out. They're like, oh my God, in the world is, you know, distorted to them because they have ingested some chemical, right? The reindeers. They're in no condition, you know, they're in no condition to pull the sleigh. They just, you know, and he hitched them up, and, but, you know, it was just a mess, you know, just a mess. You know, Rudolph is loving this, you know what I mean? Because he get picked on all the time, gets picked on. Because he's different. She, you know, she's different a little bit, you know. She like to go escape and do crazy things, you know. But she's the only one that, like, can handle the trip, you know, on the mushroom. She can handle it, you know. It's like, okay, no problem. How can we make this useful? And that's why, you know, she is encouraging the farmer to follow her, you know. Like, come here, she was trying to help him. Hey, I found something. But now the farmer is frustrated, you know, because, yeah, he's something, but just for you, you know, like, none of the other deers want nothing to do with that stuff. I mean, some of them want to eat again, but not one eat it and ready to pull a sleigh, you know? It's like recreation time for the reindeer. And let me tell you, they already get, you know, plenty of downtime. I'm feeding them very well all the time, protecting them from the wolves, because the wolf is the biggest predator, and, you know, I'm protecting them from, and, you know, and I feel bad. I don't even like to cut them up into sausage anymore, because I kind of like them, you know. So I don't know about these gathering of mushrooms just so the reindeer can play, you know. Like, but Rudolph, she was like, okay, you know, I just got to help him figure this thing out, you know. Because she knows got some magic here. Got some magic here. We're gonna change some things. And so still she is going and bringing back, sometime in her mouth, she'd bring one back right in her mouth. And on the front, the front of it is they call it the cap of the mushroom, right? The top part of the mushroom, and she pick it up by the stem, and she has it in her mouth. And so, what is right here in front of her face? Big red nose. It looked like a big red clown nose on her, right? She's bringing it back over to Santa. Place it in his lap, Just place it back in his lap. Santa's like laughing now. He's like, well, I know you like it, but I don't see what possible way, this is going to help anything at all. Now, what she do then? She have a squat. A squat, but she urinate, she take a piss right there in front of him. And I told you, man, this is just story time in Santa Claus, and we're supposed to be able to laugh about it, okay? But it's real nature, this is biological stuff, and it is scientifically documented. You can look it up, okay? So she just pissing, like right there. I'm getting close to Santa. Here, have some of these. And Santa, jolly guy usually. Okay, alright, okay, Rudolph. That's enough, I got some things to think out now. Like, I really was hoping, I put these reindeers to a plow, make my garden bigger. Even though growing season is short, I have some beasts to help me till the earth. I think I can produce more fruits and vegetables, the good stuff for the stews. Yeah, and of course more grain and more oats, for you reindeers. And reindeers omnivore, actually, eat a lot of stuff. But anyway, still reindeer, Rudolph reindeer, she is provoking Santa. Here, check out my piss. Check it out. Check out my piss, Santa. And Santa, he's like, oh, okay, well, what you gonna do? Let's try it, right? I mean, I told you, some of these stuff is kind of gross, right? Doesn't mean it didn't actually happen. This is life, People do some crazy things sometimes. Life. Santa, he takes some from the pail, because she was pissing right there. Some winning. Get a cup, fill it up, hold it up, he's looking at it, and he noticed something too. It's like, this piece, it has a different hue, like a little different color to it, It's something to observe, trust me. Anyway, Santa said, what the hell? Bottoms up, And Santa, he drinking the cup, man. He drank a cup of reindeer piece. Not gonna kill him, He's a man, not gonna kill me. And lo and behold, Santa Claus now, he has some effect, to his perception, to his perceptive abilities around the world around him. He sees things different, and he has some inspiration too, he has found some drive, and then he is realized, okay, what's happening here? Because I gotta tell you the truth, Santa Claus, he'd been in the forest, and he knows a lot of the mushrooms. Some of them really nice, just to pick them and cut up, eat in the, in the pie or whatever, with dinner. Some of the mushrooms, edible, tasty. Some of them, no, because they make you feel not so good, And he know about this red mushroom before, because he tried it. And give him the cramps, give him a bellyache and some diarrhea, the gross stuff. But it had negative effects on his body, and he noticed some, slight, mood change, but mostly it was overwhelmed by the pain, It just, he could tell it was too toxic, too poisonous to be, part of regular dinner all the time. But, he knew that some chemical is inside that. Don't know what to do with it. I don't think I should eat. It makes my stomach hurt, and I see no benefit, right? But now, see, the reindeer, different for her, because she got different guts, For her, different result, And so then what happened, this scientific fact, by processing through the body, the chemical in this mushroom is going to break down into a couple different things, and then the harsh stuff, the bad stuff, the stomachache, all that stuff, it gets filtered out by the, the creature that consumed the mushroom. But the chemical that caused some, happy effect, kind of like drink the wine or, have a beer, something like that, similar. That chemical, it passed through the system, as if by his, like it was filtration, and it come out of the reindeer in his urine, and completely clean from the toxic substance, All that is left in the reindeer piss is a happy time chemical, Ah, I am not joking. I'm not joking one bit about this. This is a fact. Science. Look it up. Anyway, that's how it happened, where Santa understand how give his reindeers magic, help them to fly. Because he, he's on a mission himself sometimes, It's like, now we got to go. I don't care if this blizzard is white out, and I need my team to be, at attention. All, all together. All together, And that's how Santa discovered mushrooms, the mushroom power of the mushrooms in, in the Christmas time Santa Claus myths, okay? Yeah, I mean, what do you think Jingle Bells is? Jingle bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. Well, the mushroom cap, you know, it looks like a bell. Right? So, just more stories of Christmas time, okay? That's it. And I can see, you know, I'm already talked too long on this one, so I apologize, but come back if you want. Okay. Good night.